Round 2. The other side of the bumper. And they didn't even try. They didn't put clips in the fenders. They put a bolt up in there. No, nothing. Guys, when you buy a new car and they tell you it's never been in an accident, don't be fooled. This tab just bent right over here. It's not even missing. Wow. Well, that makes that a little bit easier. All I gotta do is just weld there and there. I'll do the whole thing again now, so you can see it. Make sure you strip back far enough so when you're melting plastic, you have a good shelf to really melt a lot of plastic out onto and spread it out. If you do just a tiny little area, you won't have anywhere to melt your plastic and actually like kind of blend it out into the surrounding area. Because you don't want to just leave a lump right there. That's not even beginner stuff right there. That's just lazy. Not what this channel's about. Not what I'm showing. If you don't care about doing plastic repair right, don't bother watching these videos. This is only for those who really care about actually doing it right, or just kind of curious to see what goes on. Too. Gotta be careful you don't take off too much material if you're gonna try to reuse part of the tab. You can take off some, it's okay, but you know. Otherwise, might as well just start from scratch. Put a whole new piece of plastic in. You know what? Why not? It's almost easier sometimes. The plastic's too mangled. It'll take more to get it to fit right. Me, I just choose violence every day, I guess. Remember, stay away from that painted edge. I almost got myself right there. A lot of the dremeling just takes shaping, just takes a lot of patience with the Dremel. Just take your time, make sure you're getting it all down where you want it to be. The Dremel bit that I use is actually meant for sharpening chainsaws. It's one of my favorite ones because it has like a flat shelf on the top of it up here. I can come in straight on the top. Go back and forth. I can kind of, if I don't have a good angle, this works really well. Alright. Tape it up. Both sides. Same thing I did in the last video. I'm gonna brush it on my shirt a little bit. Help take a little bit of that excessive stickiness out of there. We don't want that. Just want it to stick enough so the paint beyond it doesn't get damaged. So it's not too hard to lock in the area that you really want to work on. Torch. Again, this just takes a lot of finesse, really. You see the plastic heating up, kind of just work it. Now I didn't brace this. Just trying to go fast with it. That might kick me in the butt. We'll see. Not that time. Oh, it's sketchy down there. That's real sketchy down there. Super sketchy. There we go. Now, when you're doing this and the plastic doesn't exist in the area that you want it to exist, the rising question is, how do you make it exist? Well, in my head, I like to think of the picture of what I want it to look like. From that point, let's shape it. Spade again. Use the small one this time, not the new one that I got. This one will get in this tiny tab areas really well. Now mind you, without the video, this whole process should take about 5 minutes or so. Once you've really gotten good at it. At first it could take a couple hours. I make it look simple, I guess. People have told me. I guess when you do something 10,000 times, muscle memory takes over. Picked up disc golf this last year. That's what they keep telling me about it. The more I throw, the more muscle memory will take over and I don't have to think about it as much. I wish that would happen already, because I can't stop thinking. And I'll usually throw my disc straight into the bushes or right into a tree. I like to flash off the surface that I'm working on every now and then. Give myself a nice shiny look of it all. Alright. See what we're working with. See if you like the shape of it. If you don't like the shape, you want to add maybe some plastic to it. I think once we shave off this line here and flatten it out, we're going to be fine there. Same thing within there. Actually, I think I might add a little bead to there. It looks like it dips out too much, and this is my car. Just like any other car, I'm gonna fix that because I wouldn't put that back on somebody else's car. That's not gonna sit right. That gap will be just off. So let's weld some more plastic. think that's what I like so much about the versatility of plastic. If I need a little bit right there, I'm just going to add a little bit right there. And that's a little bit of that in there. It's all about melting at the right temperature. Right temperature. What's that mean? It means melting at the point where it's all liquefied. Alright, so what I did is I stuck that to there while it was still at that liquid stage from being torched. So that means it was ready to fuse the next fusible surface it touched. So that's fused already, so now we just want to get all the plastic around it to dip down in there and bite a hole too. Alright, so now we got all the plastic we want in that area. So now we're just going to move it around. Like I said, as long as the plastic is at the right temperature, it will keep refusing to itself no matter how many times I move it around. If it's not hot enough, it won't quite stick to itself. So you always make sure whenever you're doing this part, make sure you always take your time. Keep reheating whatever you're using. If you're using an actual iron on the welding machine, make sure it's nice and hot. Don't try to rush that step. I think that's good there. So now I'm just going to start dremeling that afterwards, and that'll be good. Come back to this spot again. See. Just a little bit of shaping, that little glob mess turned into a tab real quick. Just have to be creative. Like I said, when I'm doing stuff, I'm making a tab that wasn't there before, or that was there before, and I have to recreate it. I just try to picture what it should look like in my head, and then I just keep working at it until I get the picture that I had in my head. It's good stuff. Alright, let's do some Dremel work. First things first, cool it off. Alright, when plastic is hot, it's movable, pliable, weldable, anything. When it's cold, that's when it's strong. Very, very weak when it's hot, very, very strong. Very, very flexible. There we go. When it's cold. Tune for videos later. I'll talk about the composition of polypropylene, what makes it so versatile, why they use it so much, why you can do so much with it. It'll be a little sciencey stuff, but hey, it's content. she a beaut, guys? New tab. That's gonna hold probably better than a factory tab, considering I added a little bit extra material to it. That's gonna hold just a little bit better. Thanks for watching.